So we are going to do a short video on how to swap out a pop-up assembly underneath a sink. It's going to be all of this bit right in here. So the reason we have to swap this one out is that this assembly only comes up that much and it has problems draining. So we're going to swap it out with this new one. A couple things you're going to want to do first. Make sure that it matches. Most of these come in chrome, but this is brushed nickel. So if you put in a chrome one here, it's not going to look nearly as good. This is brushed nickel. This right here is chrome, and as you can see, there's a big difference as far as what it looks like in there. So you got to make sure that your pop-up assembly matches, otherwise it'll look like crap. The other thing is you got to make sure that everything comes with it. So what you're going to need for the pop-up assembly is obviously the drain bit itself, all right, and then the connection pieces, these 3 connection pieces, so you can connect up to here. As far as tools, a selection of channel locks, a screwdriver, a bucket. Make sure you keep a rag for cleanup, and you're going to want plumber's putty. I use this stuff, it's pretty good, but any is more or less what you need. And I will show you step by step how to use it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is detach all of this pop-up assembly pieces, all right? So this is a weird one. So you got to reach here, pop this piece off. All right, that's disconnected now. You're going to reach in here, turn this whole thing here. That's the part that manually moves up and down the little stopper up there. Alright, now we're going to reach up to this piece. This one is a simple disconnect, so we're going to push down and it's just going to pop right off. There we go. Alright, now what we're going to want to do is loosen up this piece right here. And I don't think I can do it by hand. So we're going to grab a pair of big channel locks. Now that we've gotten this all loosened up, what we're going to want to do next is take off this P-trap right here. And there's always going to be water up to this point in your P-trap. So when you open it up, you want to take a bucket underneath it. Loosen up here first. A little bit of water is going to come out. That's fine. We're just pop that one off. Now this should be more or less ready to come out. Alright, so pull that piece out. Don't need that anymore. Try loosening this up a little bit from down below. Alright. Now, what you're going to want to do is take this now and spin this. Make sure you have your bucket underneath. And that'll just drop it right out. And there you go. There's the old pop-up assembly out. Now, check around this seam right here, alright? You're going to want to take your cloth and clean up really good, because you don't want any old stuff in there when you put the new pop-up assembly in. Alright, so you're going to want to remove the top piece from the new assembly and take all these gaskets off here. Alright, and we're going to need to put plumber's putty around this. This is your plumber's putty. You want to roll it till it looks like a long booger basically. Then take it and place it around the top of your drain assembly here and just make sure that it covers everything, you know, with a nice thick bead of it, So that way, when you tighten everything down in there, it squeezes out around the edges. It gives you 2 gaskets to pick from. The one you're going to want to use is this bigger one. All right, so we're going to get rid of that one. All right, that is going to go on our assembly right here. All right, you want the edge right here to be pointing upwards so that when you tighten it up down below, it pushes up into the bottom of this drain bed here. All right, I forgot to say there, make sure you put this clear washer on in between the piece of brass and this first. That's just going to help for stability purposes. All right, now what we're going to do is take this piece, place it down in here, and take this piece and put it up in here and tighten it down in. It's going to be pretty hard for me to show you this one-handed. All right, I'll show you the after part. So once you have your top piece and your bottom piece screwed together, what you're going to want to do is turn this all the way to the back. All right, you want to point straight back at the back wall there, and you want to tighten up this screw right here. All right. Once you've got your assembly all tightened in where it won't move, you're going to want to take this piece, and you can do this at any time really. I just find it easier to get it in with this piece still in. And you're going to want to put thread tape on these threads right here. So that's what we're going to do, and we'll put that back in. That'll stop any leakage that might happen in the future. When you put on thread tape, you want to put it on in the direction that the threads go. All right? So if the threads, when you thread it on, go that way. All right? Make sure it's nice and tight. Just gonna take it, smooth it out with your fingers. Make sure nothing is loose. You know, get rid of any excess there, and that should be good to go. Now that we've got our piece with thread tape on it, we're just gonna take it, put it right up in the hole. Make sure you don't cross thread it, so be very careful starting out, you know, because you only have one of these pieces. Alright, and you should feel it go in. Just going to tighten it up. You should only have to hand tighten this. Doesn't have to be anything extraordinary. Not looking to break anything. Now that we have our tail piece in, we are ready to put in our pop-up assembly. So take off the back of the pop-up assembly, which is right here. Alright. Take our new piece that goes in. Now there's a little hole right here. You want to make sure that's facing the back of the sink when that goes in. Put this one in. Now we want this piece right here. All right. We have to take off this clip. Save that clip though, you're going to need it. All right. Take this. Slide it on like that. Make sure you have that little washer in there. All right. It's going to go right in the back of this sink, and you're going to feel around for the pop-up assembly. All right. Tighten it on. All right. Finger tight should do it. You know, you don't have to tighten the crap out of it. Make sure you have plenty of free movement. Make sure everything here is going fine. Make sure this isn't going to come out. Nope. That should be good. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take this piece and put it down the corresponding hole right there. Right there is about where you want it to rest when this is up, so that when you push down, the pop-up assembly goes up and down. The best way to do this is to push this all the way down and have this most of the way down, so you know down is in the down position, and that will help, you know, when we're figuring out the exact height underneath, because it's kind of hard to do it one-handed or even two-handed. So now that we've got all of that in, we're going to want to take this piece, and it's got a little screw right here that you can work by hand. Loosen that up. All right, now we're there. That is going to go right up on here. And we're gonna go right about there with it. Tighten it by hand. All right, it's nice and snug. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push that up one more. So it means that when the one up above pushes down, it's not, should go higher. Let's check our height. So that's about the resting height you want there. You can go a little bit lower with it. So when it's down, that's up. When you pull it up, that's down. So there's no mistaking anything there. That's a good spot. I'm going to show you what that little clip was for. Once you have all of your drain in, you're going to want to make sure you have this clip holding it in place. That'll stop this from sliding off. You want to make sure that this nut up here is nice and tight. And that is more or less your drain assembly. Now we're going to put on the P-trap and make sure nothing leaks. We've got everything connected now, making sure everything moves freely. The last thing you're going to want to do, once you've got everything assembled, is you're going to want to remove any excess plumber's putty. Alright? Because some will squeeze out. Honestly, that's how much you want to get in there, is enough that it squeezes out. That way you know there is no leaks. Oftentimes what I'll do is I'll take like a knife or something and just go right around the edge and clean it all up. And so it looks really nice once you're done. And there we go. Draining a whole lot better than the other one. You pull that up. Stops it all up. Good. It is up there. No leaks, no muss, no fuss. Well, there you guys go. I hope you enjoyed that video on how to replace a pop-up assembly in a drain. If you like this video, please do drop a like on it if you want to see any more of these small plumbing tutorials. I don't know how much people are interested in them. I find them enjoyable to do, so I'm probably going to keep doing them for a little bit here. But if there's anything you want to know how to fix or replace, or just want advice on, is this working, is this not, do drop a comment down below in the comment section and let me know. And please make sure to subscribe. That really does help a lot. Thank you very much and have a great day.